In a quiet village, surrounded by towering mountains and thick forests, something unusual happened. 3 monks arrived with nothing but their tattered robes, dusty sandals, and unstoppable laughter. They sat in the center of the square, their laughter echoing through the air, catching the curious eyes of the villagers. "Are they out of their minds?" whispered a blacksmith, wiping soot from his face. "Or maybe they're enlightened," suggested an old healer, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Whatever it is, this isn't the time for laughing," grumbled a young farmer, his face hardened by the recent drought. "My crops are ruined. How can they sit there laughing when we're all struggling?" Despite the murmurs and judgmental stares, the monks kept laughing. It was a light, genuine laugh, flowing like a brook over smooth stones. It wasn't mocking, it was soothing, almost magical. Children, hesitant at first, began mimicking them, their awkward giggles eventually turning into genuine laughter. Their joy was contagious, like the first rays of sunlight after a storm, spreading warmth to those willing to let it in. But one young woman named Liane didn't laugh. Her heart was too heavy with grief after losing her sister. Her pain was etched deep in her eyes, the kind of sorrow that can make you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world. Watching the monks, she felt both irritated and intrigued. She couldn't understand how anyone could laugh in the face of so much suffering, yet a part of her yearned to know their secret. "Why are they laughing?" she finally asked the village elder, a man who carried a carved staff and spoke rarely. "Perhaps they're mocking our struggles," he replied, frowning deeply. Liane didn't believe that. There was something else, something she couldn't quite put her finger on. That mysterious laughter lingered in her thoughts all day, pulling at the edges of her grief like a thread unraveling a tightly wound knot. The next morning, curiosity got the better of her. Liane approached the monks, who were now sitting under the shade of an old tree, still laughing as if they'd found the greatest joke in the universe. Their sandals were worn, their robes patched, but their eyes, oh, their eyes, shone like the eyes of children discovering the world. "Why are you laughing so much?" she asked, her voice laced with both defiance and pain. "Don't you see we're suffering? There's nothing funny here." One of the monks, his smile never fading, replied, "We laugh because laughter is like a window. It lets the light in, even on the darkest days." Liane folded her arms, her gaze piercing. "You talk about windows, but my pain feels like a curtain that blocks out every bit of light." The second monk, calm and gentle, bent down, scooping up a handful of dirt. He let it fall through his fingers, watching it scatter on the ground. "Do you see this? This soil has been here since the beginning of time, and it will continue long after we're gone. You've experienced this before in other forms, in other lives, and you'll see your sister again. Until then, do what we all came to this world to do. Learn from the pain, and let it guide you toward enlightenment." Liane didn't know what to say. Tears welled up in her eyes, but for the first time in months, they weren't just from sorrow. It felt like something inside her had shifted, as if a heavy stone had been lifted. She still didn't fully understand, but she knew something had changed. "What did we learn from you? That all we need is to laugh away our problems?" One of the monks smiled and shook his head. "It's not just about laughing. It's about remembering that life is like a dance. You'll stumble, you'll fall, but it's the rhythm, the joy, that keeps you moving. You can't control the music, but you can choose how you dance." If this video was meaningful to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts about the story in the comments. Your feedback means so much to us,